So I'm just flipping through different games and decide to see what's going on with the Cardinals and Rockies, only to see former Rocky Nolan Arenado crossing home plate for a 2-run home run. Nothing was really surprising about that, considering it's Nolan Arenado, one of the best players in baseball. In fact, you can make money off of Nolan Arenado and his success by signing up on Prediction Strike, using my promo code ITALK and deposit $20 or more to get a free share, and use that money on whoever you think will make you more money by doing well on the field, like Nolan Arenado. So he's incredible, and on top of that, playing at Coors Field where the ball never dies, but it's most certainly not surprising a homer was hit when I see who's on the mound for the Rockies. Jose Urena. And my mind immediately goes to, how on earth is this man still pitching in the big leagues, especially for a team that plays its home games in a ballpark where home runs are expected like every third at bat? Let's go back to the beginning. Jose Urena made his debut with the Marlins back in 2015. Was not good that year, nor was he in 2016, but in 2017, that's when he showed some success, throwing 169 and 2/3 innings with a 3.82 ERA. He was solid, but one thing he did that was bad was hitting too many players. I mean, he made a habit of it. In fact, his 14 hit batsmen in 2017 were the most in all of baseball, and his 12 hit batsmen in 2018 were the most in the National League. He was also pretty prone to the long ball, giving up 45 home runs in 2017 and 18 combined, but beside that, he was a solid number 3 or 4 starting pitcher for Miami. 2018 was when Urena really made a name for himself, though, and it was for all the wrong reasons. Really quick, but if you enjoy the content, become part of the 30% of viewers who are subscribed to the channel. Thank you. In 2018, Atlanta Braves rookie Ronald Acuna Jr. was going off, hitting home runs galore, including many off of the Marlins. So in his first at-bat the next night, leading off and facing Jose Urena, Urena would plunk Acuna with his very first pitch of the game. The benches cleared, Urena was ejected, Acuna had to leave the game due to being hurt from the pitch, and it was an overall pretty intense altercation between the two sides. But you don't mess with Ronald Acuna Jr., because he will haunt you in your dreams forever, which is exactly what he'd do from that point forward to Jose Urena. The very next season, in May of 2019, Braves pitcher Kevin Gausman would throw behind Urena when he was up, getting ejected. And just a month later, with the two facing off again at Marlins Park, Acuna walked up to the plate and did what he was waiting to do this whole time. Earlier in the game, he hit a rocket off of Urena to drive in a run, and in the fourth, he hit another rocket, this time over the right center field wall for a home run, one which Acuna clearly enjoyed. And from that point forward, Jose Urena's career has just gone downhill. I mean, literally, after that game where he gave up the bomb to Acuna, Urena was placed on the injured list with a herniated disc in his lower back, knocking him out until September. After having 2 good seasons, like I said, in 2017 and 18, Urena hasn't been able to finish a season without his ERA being over 5 now. In 2019, he only pitched about 85 innings because of that injury, and pitched to an ERA over 5 and gave up 13 home runs. After coming back for the last month of the season, he'd pitched to an ERA of 9 in 10 innings. In the shortened 2020 season, Urena actually hit Acuna again at one point, but nothing would really come from it, as he'd finished the season throwing just about 23 innings with an ERA over 5, eventually getting designated for assignment after the season. He'd get picked up by the Tigers, miss a good chunk of the season due to injury, but when he did pitch, well, he was bad. In just over 100 innings thrown, Urena was tagged for 14 home runs, pitching to an ERA near 6, going on to sign a minor league contract with the Brewers, made their roster but as a reliever, and made just 4 relief outings before getting designated for assignment again and becoming a free agent, and signing another minor league deal soon after, this time with the Colorado Rockies, and that's where he still stands to this day. How? I have no idea. After pitching to an ERA over 5 in 17 starts for the Rockies last year in 2022, Urena and the team agreed to a 1-year, $3 million contract with a team option for 2024, and as you would expect, 2023 is not off to the hottest of starts for Jose Urena. In his first start of the year in San Diego, the Padres would knock Urena around for 4 runs on 4 walks, 5 hits, one which was a homer, and he had to be pulled in the 3rd inning. In his second start of the year at home against the Nationals, Urena was somehow worse, giving up 4 runs on 7 hits, 2 of which were home runs, and 3 walks. And in his latest against the Cardinals at Coors, Urena did strike out 6, which of course is better than nothing, which is what was happening before, but he did also give up 3 runs on 5 hits, one which was a Tyler O'Neill homer, followed later by the Nolan Arenado 2-run shot I mentioned at the start of this video. Again, I genuinely genuinely don't know why and how Urania is still on any major league roster, especially on a team like the Rockies. They play at Coors Field. Urania has never been a strikeout guy, so he doesn't miss many bats. I mean, that's a recipe for disaster. The dude is just 31 years old after all, not a young buck, but not really old. But he's definitely in a spot in his career where if he doesn't figure it out anytime soon, his days in the big leagues may very well be over for good. And remember, it all started with Ronald Acuna Jr. Do not mess with that man.